like I'm using actually the tune that I'm on right now is actually the very first tune I made in the game, and I'm running my old Durgath and on this guy and everything, which is also a temporal ship. So
Ah, you're
we'll
gonna try to
see.
throw my
It's a
own game
temporal
at
drain.
me.
Well, see,
Ah.
yours is an actual science ship, whereas mine is a dreadnought. So we'll see how that works out.
Ah.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mark. I think you're trying to like sucker me in here, man. Yeah. I'm not liking the way this is looking here.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. See, I'm throwing some gravity wells at you there.
Ooh, that hurt.
Try to buff you down a little bit if I can. You got gravity wells everywhere. Look at that. That is just a pretty picture, if you ask me. And now it's going to annoy the hell out of people. And that's something I've learned about this game. I love to annoy people.
Oh man! Every time I try to get an angle on you, I teleport.
Now, let's see how this goes. I got my Jimmy Bars that showed up and guns. Now this ship is actually kind of quick for our science lesson. You gotta turn around with the move. Before we have a standoff going here.
You got like some kind of play case or whatever going on.
It's all, believe it or not, it's all the science in my temple backstab. It's temple plates.
Oh yeah.
It's all temple abilities. So there's a couple of things where I can, I guess for lack of a better description, change time a little bit. Like, got some energy drain going on, I see here. I do call a good amount of Jimitars out to the park.
Yeah, I see.
Heisenberg teleported. Oh, you teleported me. Hey, there it is. I changed the game. Huh?
I have to put up getting. I have to get some hit it.
You got a lot of immunes. You got a lot of immunes on your ship, Mark.
I do. That's probably coming from my hanger pad.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of. Oh yeah, you know what? With your hanger pets that are immune. They're all stuck at the gravity well. They're all kind of hanging out there at the gravity well, stuck. They're all putting up immunes. Doors hitting you.
little slippery, man. Hold up.
Yeah, I had to make them slippery. He's lacking things. I gotta be able to, you know, stay alive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all the teleporting and all that stuff helps. You know what I mean? I like that triple backstep. That's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, I see how to use that now. Oh, when you pass an opponent, hit that temple backstep and you'll get in position to hit him again for a second straight time. Oh, that's not bad little ability. I like that. I thought I had you for a second, and then I do it. I hit the wrong thing. Temple backstep. I didn't mean to. I wanted to hit the whatchamacallit, subatomics, and kind of screwed it up. Yeah, I haven't noticed your fighters at all, so the gravity well definitely neutralized your fighters.
Yeah. Well, I still have some fighters floating around somewhere. Like that.
How is gravity wells holding you back when you're trying to fly?
I mean, you're getting a pretty good hold on it. Like, between that and the teleporting and the other message conversion field, that sort of thing, and then that thing right there you just hit me with.
I just hit you with the delayed overload cascades that I used for the first time.
Yeah, I think in a team setting, you would definitely addle your opponent well enough for your team to actually swoop in and do something to them. I think. You know.
Right. Yeah, it would definitely affect them when it comes to getting these stopped and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because if you have people flying around, like you said, these vapor builds and these heavy beam builds, and their opponent gets stopped dead by gravity wells, you know, that's going to make it a really hard time to get away from that much damage coming from the rest of my teammates.
Oh yeah. No.
You did? You disappeared for a second.
Yeah, I used the quantum singularity manipulation ability.
There's one thing I'm seeing in this fight right now is that at least at this current point of its build, it's probably not going to be a good enough one-on-one shit. And now,
there are a few things you could do to actually get that up. Like if you have the spore infused anomalies to cause explosions to come off of your gravity wells and everything, that would actually be devastating. You know.
Right. I also obviously want to get that gravity well trait that extends the gravity well.
Yeah.
You know, that make a big deal too. And you see how frequently I'm throwing them up.
Crazy, dude. Like all of my stuff is taking much longer to cool down and everything. Yeah.
I'm also science scanning, crazy.
Oh yeah.
Now, a lot of this, I'm assuming that damage over time in longer battles is going to make a big difference.
Yeah, it could, but if you had like I said, if you had like the scoring anomalies or something like that, then that would, because all these like red gravity wells everywhere, every time you pop a science ability or whatever, it would give like an explosion, and that could like stack up incredibly fast. Instead of attacking me with your weapons, if you were attacking me with that, like I would probably like die really fast.
Right. This one. What's that?
Like every time I start getting rolling, it's like, oh, yep, you're gonna teleport. And all my cooldowns are like taking extra long and everything.
Yeah, so I see.
Yeah, that's from the red gravity wells. I'm sorry, say again.
I was saying I definitely see that that's going to be very effective in a team setting. Like when we're fighting against those side guys, when the roles have been where we're fighting against them, it's not that they're killing us with their weapons. It's that they're killing us with all the other garbage below us for everyone else.
Yeah, they drop a lot of gravity wells on you and all this other stuff, and it's just like so much BS that they drop right in your lap, right? And it's like,
I mean, your poor fighters are taking a beating with that gravity. I'm looking at them.
I'm like looking at their health. Their health is okay right now. Like,
I'm curious to see when I eventually get the right fighters, how I can do the support illusion, the new one, is in the law version. I think that this could be special.
right.
I will say this, I'm surviving a lot better than I thought I would.
Oh yeah.
Now maybe that's more because you can't get to your front arm because I keep teleporting.
Yeah, like every time I turn to come my flip mode, it's like, you teleported, and then
like that time.
I try to get out of all that bullshit, right? Like, oh my bad, out of all that BS, right? Like,
you said the BS word. Oh no! Here comes the FCC.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Where's Gary at?
Trouble? Oh, Yeah, I do that. I wasn't paying attention. I was like looking for my menu. You know.
Oh, you see, you got me all happy. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention. You weren't paying attention.
Oh man, stuff all over the place.
Alright, well, you know, I think that, I'm, you know, probably more unfortunate for me, at least in this setting, these ships look to be a draw. I know this isn't your top dog. It looks like you could do this for a really long time right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you haven't scratched my thing at all. And I've gotten you down a couple of times, but I can't seem to finish it off.
Yeah. Well, I named this fortress for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you did it again. I got you down around the 90s, down in the 60s. And,
Yeah. Hey, you're a
like,
Gemini, so well, Platonic Fleet, you know, they
some people can help out of you.
and everything, yeah. Oh, man, my cooldowns are going crazy, right?
That's good, because that tells me it's working. My control thing is working. One of my biggest parts of this game. It's killing your cooldowns. Like right now you're in the temple buff. Now you're buff, but your cooldown is screwed too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then the gravity well pops up while you're in the temple bubble.
Oh, yeah.
There's another gravity well for you right there. See, right while you're in the temple bubble. The teleporting is hysterical. That is the most annoying thing in Star Trek Online. Liquidmark will tell you there's nothing more annoying than thinking you're in front of somebody and then all of a sudden being behind them.
Yeah. Or like, you know, or like basically trying to get somebody your firing arc or whatever, and then suddenly you're not in the right firing, like suddenly you're not in the right position.
Right. Stuck on the side of your ship, man.
Oh yeah.
Backstep.
You know,
And
I think I'm stuck.
we were stuck on each other. That's why I just
No, I think we're at the top of the map.
Oh, you're stuck at the top?
I think so.
You can't move?
Okay, I can kind of move now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you hit me from behind while I was moving down yesterday, That's just wrong, man.
Ow, my ankle hurts.
Come on, man. Try tricking with that. Yeah, man, I'm stuck. All right, we move down. All right, let me.
Well, you know, it is possible to get stuck up here, actually. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've had it happen a couple times.
Listen, we have a mutual friend you haven't heard from, but a mutual friend who, when I had fought him before with the temple build, I had teleported him outside the map once.
Yeah.
How you like that? You know,
Yeah.
teleport you outside the map. Wow, look at this map, huh?
Can you target me? I think I'm stuck outside the map. It seems like I can shoot you.
I am targeting
can't
you.
shoot me.
You're
Not-
right, I can't shoot you.
Yeah.
You're
I think
right.
I'm stuck.
Wow. I think I teleported you to where you're stuck. Can you follow me? You
Nope,
know.
I cannot. Like I'm at full throttle right
All
now.
right. You are stuck. All right.
Yeah,
And I guess that is the sign to show us that this battle is over. And once again, we all have stalemate, Mark.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
As your
You
last
know.
two torpedoes hit me. But it was definitely an interesting test. And note
Yeah,
to everybody out there that's watching this, and we do have one live viewer, believe it or not. But if anybody that's watching this now or watching it on the YouTube feed, you can teleport someone outside the map, like to where you still see them in the map, but they're outside the map, so they can't move. And you
yeah,
can't shoot them. You can't hit them either, so it doesn't do you any good. So don't try to do it. It just does what it did to us. It ends the fight.
yeah,
That's what
pretty
it does.
much. Yeah, but yeah, that was
You know.
that was a good test. I took a video of, I recorded what was going on as well. So like I'll pass that on to you, and
Right.
all the other stuff. Yeah, yeah, my cooldowns on everything were going like freaking crazy. Like they were spinning around like, in a movie, like, where you have like a clock and like they go through time or whatever, and the arms on the clock, like, the different arms on the clock or whatever spin around super fast. That's what my cooldowns were all doing, like across the board, right? Like,
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
Well, I think that we saw that one thing that I definitely got from that, and even though it ended in a stalemate, a couple of times I got you down low. If I would have, if we would have been probably in a team fighting situation, I had your resistances really low. I was hitting you with Delphic Tear, following that up with subatomic disintegration, disruptions,
Mm,
whatever it is, and
yeah.
then following that with delayed cascade overload.
Yeah.
And I obviously in this ship, the disadvantage of having a psi is you don't really have a lot of weapons power. As far as
Yeah.
straight out beams and everything. And I don't, again, have enough to be able to finish people one on one with this psi yet. That I'm sure
Yeah.
of. That showed me that.
Yeah.
But that's going to come over time when I add certain traits and I open up another slot here and I open up another duty officer.
Hmm.
I'm not going to need the beams then, Mark, because
Yeah.
eventually this will get to the point to where the EPG damage does its thing on its own. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, and definitely, like if you could manage to get that trait that I was telling you about, the spore infused anomalies, that right there, because if you had that during that fight, you probably would have been like freaking vaping me and shit. Like,
Right,
because uh that that particular trait, it causes, like, it causes your anomalies, right? Like your gravity wells, your Tychon's rift, and other such anomalies, like even your captain command, anomalies, like what's that, so one, you like your anti-time entanglement, singularity.
right. And
I think it
there's
can come
also
off of that as
electrified
well.
anomalies. Right.
Well,
Th- th- th-
electrified anomalies,
that's
I see people use that as, but sorry, go on. Like I
I was
think
going
the
to say
spore
that's
infused is more devastating. But I've
right,
seen people use
right.
both as well. But go on, sorry.
Well, yeah, I definitely want to see what the spore infused looks like. I'm going to look into that. I think you said that's a Zen ship, and
Yeah, it
listen,
is.
that's part of this game, and I've said this to people that have seen this before during broadcasts and otherwise, and this is just the reality of it, okay? And I'm not trying to be an ass, but you have to spend some money to PvP. There's
Yeah.
no way around it. Now, you can spend minimal money. You know, I think Star Trek Online has a problem on their hands with Klingons being so much cheaper to build because, I've noticed this. I'm sure you've noticed it.
Hmm.
Most of the better players play on the KDF side.
Yeah.
And it's not because more of the better players prefer Klingons, it's because it's cheaper to build an effective ship. And this ship is the example. Everything we
Yeah.
spoke about that I have on this ship is all stuff I was either able to get from, Lobby boxes or console packs coming out of Infinity packs. But getting a console pack is a lot easier than getting an Infinity ship. you
Yes.
know,
That's
it's a fact. There's no
yeah.
way around it. So And that's why there's a lot of good players on the KDF side, and that's why this ship can even be viable now
Yeah.
at the point of where it's at. But, well, listen, Mark, this has been a good test, and
Hmm.
I appreciate your help as always. This has been our longest stream. Geez, I may have to split it into two. Um, you
Yeah.
know, we had a good time with this. We did some chatting and we did some good fighting. We got to see a lot of special effects and gravity wells and all types of stuff popping around. And you explained what it did. And I think we gave everybody out there a good example of what you could do with this. And I'm hoping that on the next episode that I can get this thing into Ker'rat in a team situation
Hmm.
and see how effective it is. One thing I was impressed with on this ship before I let you go, Mark, is
Yeah.
I didn't think my survivability was going to be that good on it,
Yeah.
and it's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean, you tend to like you tend to build pretty well towards survivability. I think that that comes from I know you don't like this ship, right? But your best ship is basically like a raider or something like that. So
oh,
and you don't have certain key traits to like really maximize the defense on that. So you figured out other ways to give it a decent defense so that it can take a hit and all that. So you
I'm
know
surprised with some of the hits that ship takes.
yeah,
Some of the stuff that I recorded yesterday that will go on the next episode, which was a fun time in Karate again. And I apologize to all the feds out there. I know there's been a lot of Klingon footage. I promise I will get to the Fed stuff in the future.
yeah,
I do have a Fed who's running obviously an Intel Kelvin cruiser from the
yeah,
Legendary pack, and I'm waiting on the Intel Mirror warship to come out. That's the one I want, but I do have a
yeah,
couple. That's another thing we can get into at a later time, Mark. I also went to Ker'rat last night, made a couple of changes on my Mirror Strike Wing Escort, and
yeah,
I was getting killed in the Kelvin. And I said, you
mm,
know what? I need a little more speed. Let me make some adjustments to this, make it more like the Kelvin, just in an escort. And you know what, Mark? I did
mm.
damn good in it. Everything
Okay. I'm looking
changed.
forward to
You
seeing it.
know, so I think one thing that we could definitely agree on is that, and we said this in an earlier episode, is when you're going to fight in Karat, you have to be prepared to make changes. Whether it's change a ship,
Yeah,
change a tune, you know,
yeah,
whatever you got to do, change your traits, change from a attack to a psi if you have one. But everybody has to start somewhere. Not everybody has 4 characters and this and that. And I think that this will show them a good starting point for a psi because guys, this is a starting point side. He is just going live today. He just got his colony consoles. He has a lot more stuff to open up, but I think everybody sees it's doable, right, Mark?
yeah, yeah. I think so.
All right, man. Well, we're going to cut it now, and I want to thank anybody that's been watching and anyone that's checking out my YouTube channel. And again, my name is Stratus0202. This is a production of Turk TV. My special guest was liquidmark once again.
Yeah.
And, please give me a like on the videos. Give me a subscribe on the channel. The more you like it, the more I do it. And this is Turk TV. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Happy hunting, happy playing, and happy killing. Mark, thank you, and you have a good night, my friend.